Recording?
Yeah,
that's recording.
That's recording.
That's recording.
That's recording.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Italian Football TV. I just realized as we were saying that this is the final episode in 2017.
Oh my god.
Right? There's so much to talk about. Benevento got their first win in the Serie, which we're all happy about.
We don't put the bag behind the camera.
Yeah, I did. I got him! This is for later. We're keeping this in. Let's keep going.
Okay.
All right, well, that's a little teaser. Anyway, let's start out with the Campioni d'Inverno, Napoli. 1-0 victory over Crotone. And like I said in Italian, Napoli are the winter champions for the first half of the season.
Hopefully the Scudetto champions, right, Marco?
Well, not Scudetto champions. But anyway, Hamsik, who struggled to equal Maradona's record, scored in this match, got 117 league goals, and the real storyline is that Napoli, again, are the winter champs in this one. How do they build off this momentum? The first part of their adventure is done. Can they keep going? Because we know depth is a problem.
They can keep going, but they gotta invest. And the thing is, I don't even know who to invest exactly. They gotta get one of everyone.
Is not enough. We know Robbie English from Chievo Verona is expected to come in. But for their attack, Mertens in this game still didn't score. It's against Crotone. And Serie after the match said, like, listen, I'm not worried because, you know, strikers go through moments where they're not scoring. He said the goals will come. You
know what's interesting, though? They're top of the table right now, and Mertens is ice cold. Could you imagine if he picks up some form, you were going to get a run for their money for sure.
And Insigne was out for a few games, too.
That's
Napoli
true.
got over this hump. Now win over Crotone, which, yeah, it was a little bit difficult because it only was 1-0 against Crotone.
And the handball, too, right? There was supposedly
you're right.
Mertens with a handball. The guy can't even score. He's almost giving up penalties over here.
Yeah, this was VAR has been a big issue that we're definitely going to tackle. You can check this handball. Let us know if you think that this is a penalty kick.
It could be 50-50. I wouldn't be mad if he gave it or if he didn't.
I'll get into my rant a little bit later on VAR and the issues. Let's go into the second place team. -1 from Napoli to end 2017. Juventus picked up a 3-1 win over Hellas Verona. A game that wasn't always as it seems on score because Hellas Verona came back and made it 1-1. Martin Cáceres, former Juve player, scored in this match. And then Paulo Dybala, who hasn't scored a goal since November 19th against Sampdoria, got 2 goals. 14 goals this season, and Dybala needed a goal in the Serie.
Okay, Dybala's back, whatever, but Cáceres' goal, that was like 30 yards, and that celebration even better. Yeah, celebrating against his former team.
How do you celebrate? That was too much,
It was a nice, how could he not celebrate? That was a nice goal.
Dude, it's his former club.
You're the one that said...
No, but this is different.
Yeah, now it's different because Juve.
It's a smaller... Dude, it's Hellas Verona,
what does
bro.
That
You're
mean?
scoring against Juve. Juve put you on the map.
What map?
Map, bro! Juve were not great, but the scary part is that whenever Juve needed to click, like when it gets to this 1-1, where they're kind of nervous and they're like, oh shit, we got to get 1 point, you know, closer to Napoli, they know how to switch things on. They bring a guy like Bernardeschi on, who I think is going to be key in 2018 because he's just getting more time. And this is Juve's worst part of the season. You know how whenever we're playing FIFA and you're like, oh, that was our bad side, you know, and now we're switching sides? Yeah. Like, that's almost like what it is for Juve.
Yeah,
because
they gel.
Like Allegri said, we need to make sure between August and January that we are in the Scudetto race. And then between February and May, that's when the second part of the season starts. And that's where Juve start clicking. And I think that's where Napoli is going to struggle. Good way to end 2017 for Juventus. A team who is not ending 2017 on a high, which is the way they started the season. Inter 0-0 against Lazio. And I must say, I think 0-0 is kind of the right result, but Lazio were phenomenal. Lazio were not phenomenal. Maybe I shouldn't say phenomenal. They had more chances, and I think they played better. And I'm going to this is going to be my new catchphrase. Lazio are a team of bastards. You don't want to play against them. They play with balls. They play with heart. They fight, and they don't give the game to anyone. You don't want to play against them.
Lazio's that one team that really gives 100%, and they're so unpredictable too. They can always snatch a win when you least expect it. But I could have tipped my hat on Lazio on this one. They were very close to win. If Felipe Anderson put that ball on target, we would have been talking about
a lot, Felipe Anderson. Talking about dropping, let's talk about Inter in this match.
What's going on? Inter started it. We're praising them so much. These past 3-4 games, it's been a disaster. They've been dropping points left and right.
Let me say the last results in the Serie A. They had Udinese lost, Sassuolo lost, Milan lost in the Supercoppa, and now a tie to Lazio. They look confused. They looked a little bit tired. They looked without an idea. And I think it comes down to not having depth. It's the first time that we saw them have to play on 2 competitions because the Coppa Italia just kicked in. And we kept saying that Inter's added factors that they're not going to be playing in Europe. And I think this week or these past 2 weeks, we've seen the fatigue kick in. Every team's going to go through dry spells. What Inter don't have and what every other team has, or team that's fighting for the Scudetto or Champions League, is depth. Lazio even have more depth than them. Like, who is a replacement for Candreva or Perisic or Icardi? Eder? As good as, Eder is as a sub, it's not there. And I think it's normal. I'm not trying to say like, this is, Inter's gone. They were overachieving.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Spalletti's, I don't want to say losing the plot, but they're in one competition right now, so maybe if they bulk up in the Mercato a little bit.
If anyone said this in July that they'd be in 3rd place,
no, I definitely agree.
It's not a bad
thing. But they were undefeated up until a couple of weeks ago.
Let's move on to some of the controversy that happened in this match where everyone was upset. Skriniar apparently hit the ball with his hand. I'm going to come out and say this is not a handball at all. Yeah. I think it's ridiculous the way that some fans perceive the game because it hits his freaking leg and then it hits his arm. What the hell is Skriniar supposed to do? Chop his arm off? It is completely involuntary. I know Simone Inzaghi complained after the match about VAR, right? Inzaghi was not complaining just about Skriniar. He even said that he didn't see it yet, so he didn't know if it was a handball. He wasn't saying that it should have been a penalty. He's saying that VAR doesn't make sense because we don't know when VAR is used and when VAR is not used. And the rule is, if the referee sees the play completely, if he says, I saw that with my eyes perfectly, no obstruction, I don't want to go to VAR, and he makes a decision, they don't go to VAR. They only go to VAR when the referee is not sure. If maybe someone was blocking his view and he couldn't see where Skriniar is. So, I do agree with Inzaghi that VAR, there needs to be more transparency in it, because I think somebody on the sideline, a 4th official, should be checking. The main referee should not have to go over and check. Just do a silent check. Let the game go on. If it was a handball, they stop it and end all of the controversy.
No chance that was a penalty. I got mad that I saw on Twitter that people were saying it hit off his leg, it hit his arm. It was in a natural position. He went to slide in. There's nothing else I don't want to talk about.
I agree. So the question, guys, is what do Inter need to do? They have no bench. Who are they need to buy in January? Let's see if 2018 starts out better for them. And for Lazio, on the other hand, credit to them because they are always showing more and more how solid of a team they are. Let's talk about another team who is running into a little bit of a stump now. Roma 1-1 against Sassuolo with controversy, but Roma's last few games, tough one to Torino where they were knocked out, then lost to Juve, and now tying to Sassuolo. Another team who's having, like we said, Mertens is on a dry run. Dzeko's on a dry run.
Yeah, Dzeko has been ice cold. The thing is, the little controversial part about this was Florenzi's goal. It was ruled offsides. There was a lot on this. Listen, Florenzi technically wasn't offside. Cengiz Under was offside, and he chipped it over. Why wasn't it a goal?
It should not be a goal, and I know that me and you don't have a clear perception of this, and people on Instagram were asking us, what do we think? And I said we disagreed. This should not have been given a goal, and it was rightfully taken away because Cengiz Under is number 1 in an offsides position. Number 2, he fouls the Sassuolo defender who was staring at the ball. The Sassuolo defender is staring at the ball, going to get where Florenzi would go, and he gets hit by Cengiz Under, who started in an offsides position. 1, it's a foul. Number 2, Under stopped the play.
Being offside doesn't mean anything. He didn't touch a ball or something.
It doesn't. You don't have to touch the ball because if on a free kick,
he did block.
If on a free kick, you're standing offsides, blocking the goalie's vision. That's considered offside.
Even though it wasn't intentional, he still blocked him. But I don't know. I feel like it was cruel since it was at the end of the game. Yeah. And I'm still 50-50 about this. Guys, let us know.
Let us know. You got to let us know.
They deserve the win.
We're not agreeing on it. Roma do have a game in hand, we should say, and they end 2017 in 4th place. But let's give credit to Sassuolo because it can't be those guys. Sassuolo deserve credit. Last week, they beat Inter. This week, they drew to Roma. Those are 4 huge, massive points. Let's be honest. They're fighting to stay in the Serie A or be mid-table. So these are just huge points. Great way for them to end 2017. Let's talk about your team over here, Mike. Fiorentina 1-1 against AC Milan. And I'm going to give you shit for this because I think Fiorentina deserved to win. They were so good.
Fiorentina definitely could have won, and I feel like we could have been talking about another Milan loss.
Come on.
But I really thought the tables would have turned after the Coppa Italia win against their rivals. But it looks like the same old Milan.
They were lucky, man.
Calhanoglu scored, actually.
It's like their first chance. And again, I'm going to say for Milan, I did expect it to turn this around. But Suso and Donnarumma, I feel like every week, they're like the only two guys, along with Bonaventura, who I say have great games, and Milan really lack that cohesion, and they look tired today. Fiorentina were dominating. They didn't finish their chances. But considering that both of these teams technically like rebuilt in the summer, Milan spent 250 million and Fiorentina spent none of that. I thought Fiorentina put on a fantastic display. I thought they were pretty unlucky.
Simeone, I like him a lot. He's turning into a great player.
I do. Yeah, hopefully he's the breakout of 2018. As for AC Milan, they lacked effort. Still good for them though, I gotta say, because before they were lacking effort, not playing well, and they would lose. At least you're getting a 1-1 with a Fiorentina who are very close to you in the table, and they're one of the rivals. So that's not bad. That does show a little bit.
So when do you think Gattuso's going to get sacked?
No.
February or March?
Dude, I was checking the table, and honestly, I did not expect this. Milan are in 11th place.
Do you know that
that is messed up.
Dude, let me tell you this crazy stat. They're actually closer in points to Benevento than to Napoli. Now that's scary right there.
That is sad.
Could you imagine told Fassone and Mirabelli that when they were signing Bonucci, they would have laughed in their face?
Nah.
Oh, hell no.
I don't like that.
Crazy.
Bonucci messed up on the freaking goal, man. It's not marking anyone. What do you mean, come on? Why are you giving them excuses?
Why are you pointing them individually? It's a whole team.
It is a whole team, but he messed up on that play.
You can't point.
What do you mean? I give individual when I say Suso does good. You don't get mad at me for that.
Suso's good.
Exactly.
Okay. 2018, I'm sure they're gonna turn over a new leaf.
I hope they do. I hope they do. I'm not saying that. Shout out to Vincenzo Montella, who actually signed as Sevilla's coach. Really looking forward to him doing well at Sevilla.
He didn't look very happy though when he signed.
He realized that he's not gonna have Kalinic on the bench to play as a striker.
I'm so sorry.
So maybe that's why. But yeah, seriously, I hope he does well. The less pressure at Sevilla. I don't think they're expecting as much.
Sure. Isn't Baca there?
Oh shit.
Oh snap! Old friends over there.
Let's talk about some of the other games real quick. Bologna 2-1 loss to Udinese, and that marks Odo's 5th straight win since taking over for Udinese in the Serie A. Crotone, Benevento, Inter, Hellas Verona, and Bologna all beat. And this is gonna blow my mind. This blew my mind. It's gonna blow your mind and your mind. Someone on Instagram, an Udinese fan, commented on our post saying that they are hoping that Udinese in 2018 can make the push for a European spot. And I didn't even consider like how I saw Milan 11th place. I was like, wait, Udinese in Europe. They're in 7th place at this moment. Do you see what a good run of a few games does for you?
That's insane. Getting a new coach. And didn't you have them relegated?
I got Udinese 18th place. No, last year, not this season. Ciao, ciao. That's true. Listen, I am happy for them. They are low-key creeping out of nowhere, which is awesome. Congrats to Odo. He always favors our tweets on IFTV. Tweet him. Don't follow IFTV, guys. Another team who I thought were going to lose the plot once again, Sampdoria. They came away with a 2-0 win over Spal very late as Fabio Quagliarella scored both of these goals. 12 goals this season, and even better, he is the 4th top goal scorer in Italy, behind some of the names you might know, Icardi, Immobile, and Dybala.
Dude.
He is still at the top.
Quagliarella is the best.
My hope for 2018 is that he goes top goal scorer.
You're pushing it. You're pushing
I hope.
But I do love Fabio. He's amazing. He's old. He still knows how to score.
Like fine wine, bro. Like fine wine.
Just a good presence. Always to have.
How many goals do you guys think that Quagliarella is going to score? Let us know down below. As Benevento, probably the biggest and best game of the round, Mike. What a way to end 2017. Benevento, finally. A 1-0 win over Chievo Verona. That was positive.
That they're going to get somehow concede a goal in extra time or something.
I was positive that they were going to concede a goal. They didn't. It's not a drill.
Surprised. This is insane.
Benevento come away with their first ever win in the Serie A.
Congrats.
Took them
the curse is over, Marco.
Games. I don't know if the curse is over, bro. It seems like
you think they can save themselves?
No.
We said the same thing about Crotone and what happened.
I mean, if Crotone win, they might be safe from relegation. All right,
they're going down, bro.
They're going to Serie B. Nothing's going to save them.
That is
the
very
Serie A magic. Come on.
A lot of people on Instagram, they kept commenting that some of their predictions were like Benevento's going to stay up. I know we owe someone a beer. That if Benevento did stay up, we said we're going to fly out and buy him a beer.
I think Benevento fully deserved, right?
They got 3 points. What a way, guys. How many points do you think Benevento? Do they have any chance of staying
How many more wins do you think they can get?
You know what? See, this is the thing. You know how we said with Udinese they got 5 games in a row and all of a sudden they're in European contention?
That's true.
If they run on a few good games, you never know.
The thing is, Benevento, you know, they don't lose by a lot. They lose by 1, you know, maybe 2 goals. So maybe if they keep getting those lucky draws, maybe they
play Milan every week or something.
Maybe that too. Wow.
Actually, wait, we have a surprise. Okay. So, you know the IFTV merch is coming pretty soon. We got our packaging. Check this out.
The mailers, how we're going to mail the stuff in.
This is sick. Custom IFTV packaging. Maybe you could see this. Connecting the world to calcio. That is the new phrase for IFTV.
We're going all out on this, guys.
Seriously,
this took us forever.
all out. Every little detail has been covered. Perfection is like what we're about.
We want to make sure it's something that
everyone
would want to wear.
We don't want to do it just to do it. And this is like a real movement. Anyone who really supports the Serie A, you know that we don't get the respect that we deserve. All the big media is never going to talk about the Serie A like this. And that's our reason for doing this. And connecting the world to calcio goes further than just YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. It's a lifestyle, and you know, if you love it and you support us, the merch is coming soon. It takes time because, you know, to try to get this custom stuff and dot the I's and cross the T's.
We gotta make it perfect, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot more surprises. They're all coming soon. We gotta give you subtle hints, you know. They still didn't see those shirts.
Oh man,
you're gonna love them. Anyway, guys, 2017 is over. Another great year, Mike. Happy for what we've achieved with IFTV.
Can't wait for another great year.
What a year. What a year. I think that this is the year that IFTV, we just put our heads down. We grinded. We didn't look up. And I think 2018 is where a lot of that grinding starts coming out. I'm excited. I'm excited. Thank you guys for supporting us. Anyone that's been with us for so long, truly, truly humbling.
Guys, we answer every message, you know, keep messaging. We love all the messages.
Yeah.
So
follow us on social media. All our social medias. We're active 24/7. But
this
guys,
journey's awesome.
The journey is amazing, and to be together on all of this just makes everything even sweeter. All right, not to get too emotional, Happy New Year to many of you watching in 2018. It's going to be a fantastic year. Make sure it's your year, and hopefully you stick with us. Let us know down below your thoughts on everything that happened in the Serie A, and as always, we'll talk to you soon.
Ciao, guys. Yo, we gotta do a funny intro for the beginning.
What?
The last time we had crazy shit going on, bro.
We're
throwing fire.
Could just be from that.
It really wasn't that good, though, to be honest.
The beginning part?
It was actually very bad.
The beginning part?
Yeah, we don't have anything.
What's wrong with the beginning part?
We have to have like a small joke in there.
The beginning part?
No.
The beginning part? Why, man, Brignoli didn't score against your club today, so you're mad?
What's my club?
What's your club, Mike?
The
comment section knows your club. You like that one, all right? You like that?